Hey everybody, my name is Ross. Let's get playing some PC Building Simulator 2. This is the full version. What the fuck just happened? Sorry. Here, try this again. The Epic Game Launcher is a little, I don't know. It's a little new to me. I'll say that. People are probably used to it if you've played Fortnite and stuff, which I have not. So it's a little. I'm kind of an old school Steam launcher guy. I was actually a little. I wouldn't say I was upset, but I was a little. I was a little agitated that this game wasn't going to be available on Steam. But that's got to say something for me. I love it so much that that I had to install the game launcher to the Epic Game Launcher in order to do that. So I'm going to start a new career here. Please make sure your backup is backed up. I did that. That by default, C program files, Epic Games, saves. I just backed up that whole folder, and let's get going. All right. Oh, I also there is a music soundtrack sort of thing that that contains 5 or 6 songs. They're pretty cool the first 4,000 times you hear them, but they get a little monotonous. So I killed the music volume. Welcome to PC Building Simulator. New day and a new shop. It might not look like much, but it's all you have since the old one mysteriously burned down. Read the note from Uncle Tim to find out more. Uncle Tim was your same idiotic kind of not very nice uncle from PC Building Simulator 1. Let's read his note here and get going. So I guess you've seen the old shop or what's left of it. Sorry I wasn't there to take the edge off the shock, but I've got a meeting with the insurance company to discuss how I burned down my stupid shop. Apparently they think it might have been deliberate. What a crazy idea. Anyway, it's lucky I had this old place as a standby. I managed to rescue the PCs I was working on before the fire, and I moved them all here. You still need to fix them and collect money for the jobs. Customers waiting. If the customers question the smoky aroma, just tell them you had to solder something. All right, whatever. Also, you need a shop computer. So I've sent one of mine over. It should have arrived by now. Check the delivery area at the back of the blah blah blah. Fair warning, it doesn't work, but it might just need a new GPU. So I've sent one of those over too. The best money can buy. Anyway, get it fixed up, plug it in, check your emails. You're welcome. Oh, I should mention that I had to borrow $15 this morning for a breakfast. If I've learned one thing in life, it's never meet with the insurance agents on an empty stomach, or probably when you're guilty as sin. Uncle Tim. And it looks like, friggin' 3-year-old signed Uncle Tim, but whatever. And of course, the tutorial guidance is telling us to left click on the exit up there in the upper right hand corner, left hand corner. Let's get started. Walk over to the delivery boxes that are waiting for you, the back of the workshop, left click on them to pick them up. All right, so we're going to go back here. You see they're over there highlighted in yellow. We're going to go back here and basically go in here and pick up these boxes. This got my new GPU in it. Sure, and it's a 3090 or 3080, sorry. Wow, an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080. Let's not ask how Uncle Tim managed to get a hold of one of these. Now you just need the PC that he sent. It should be somewhere in this corridor. This is where PCs and cases are delivered and where you need to place to return them to customers after completing your job. Yay, so now we're going to go over here. We're going to follow the tutorial down there in orange. We're going to right click on this box, and that is a new PC. It's pretty easy because that's the only one that's there. So first thing we got to do is drop it off over here. fixing a PC needs to be fixed. Man, my nose is itching. Left click on the PC case to put it into build mode. So let's do that. We're going to go over here, we're going to left click, and now we need to remove the side panel. It says select and hold on the PC side panel, then select and hold on each screw to undo it, as opposed to unscrew it. So we did that. Now we're going to take the screws out. Don't worry, this monotonous screw thing gets a lot faster once you level up and you have enough cash to buy the auto screw tools. This PC is missing a GPU. Thankfully, you just had a very good one delivered. Let's install it to rebuild the PC. We're going to click continue. Always with GPUs, you need to remove the PCI lock, and the tutorial is telling us to unscrew the 2 screws with the PCI lock, and we got to remove at least one of these PCI covers. I think probably 2 for a 3080. Both of those are removed. So I'm going to hit number 1. That's a shortcut for the install key. I do actually like the new PC parts inventory screen. It's a little improved over PC Building Simulator 1. So you see that I clicked on graphics cards, and the only thing I can click on the right is the 3080. Let's go ahead and put that in. What is it telling you? PCI lock. It wants me to put the PCI lock in first. I would normally probably plug in the power, but whatever. So let's go over here to removed components. Click on the PCI lock. Click on it. Put the screws back in. And now we have to click on this basically power. I think there are probably 2 of them. There are. And there we go. Oh, now we're going to put the side panel back on, obviously. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't know what this case is. I didn't look at the manufacturer, but it doesn't really matter. But I would say this is probably not my favorite case. Got to click on left click to exit. So now we're going to right click. We're going to pick up the PC and we're going to put it under my desk. Call your mom. And some nasty old freaking coffee. Gross. Anyway, so now we got to turn on the PC. Shortcut to do that is the P key. Hold on, maybe. Did I put it down? What the hell? Alright, let's click on the monitor and then hit the P key. There we go. Got it. Omega system. And now we're going to read our wonderful emails here, pick up our first jobs, hopefully. Welcome to your emails, where all jobs, messages. Check it each day for new jobs and keep on top of your business. Continue. Obviously, jobs go into your inbox. Duh. Okay. We select the email from Casante. And my name is Casante, urban aesthetic innovator and artist. Been working on an ambitious project about perceptions of danger, and I need my PC to be painted completely red to match the color. Oh yeah, all these spellings in this game are very British. Color with a U of the rest of my room. Is this something you can do? Peace, Casante. And so now we have to. The objective is to paint the case red. We're going to accept this job, and this customer's PCs obviously take a day to arrive, so it won't show up till tomorrow. You can view accepted jobs by clicking on the accepted thing over here. The tutorial is telling us help needed with a virus from galvin@cricketnet.com. I want my PC fixed at your shop. but I only found an empty space and a pleasantly smoky aroma. Yeah, I gathered that you're no longer in business at that address. A passing firefighter did tell me that you were opening a new workshop nearby, so I thought I'd drop you an email and see if you're taking on repair jobs. My computer's been very slow lately, and I fear that it might have a virus of some sort. Could you please take a look and sort it out for me? Best wishes, G. Aubin. There's the labor and the parts budget, and of course the objective. We have to remove viruses, and apparently this one is already here because we can go to this PC. It's what we got put back in the delivery area. I picked it up. Let's go back over here to Tim's Red Hot Repairs. You can actually, let's put it, wow, where am I supposed to put this? I don't know. Take the PC to the workbench. Which workbench would that be? How about this one? Can I put it there? Why are there all PCs on all my freaking workbenches? Let's go over here. What the actual hell, man? Oh, here we go. All right. We're going to put it on the only one that you can. It's been a while since it's been like a day or two since I did this tutorial. Level 1 stuff. Virus scan. Customer wants any viruses removed from PC. You'll need a USB stick loaded with virus removal software. Luckily, you have one in your inventory. Isn't that convenient? Alright. So now we got to click on install. And we go over here to tools, USB drive, and because I don't have the auto cable tool anymore, I gotta connect all the cables by hand. Oh geez, that's another upgrade you can buy in a couple levels. That whenever you power on the PCs, the cables automatically connect. But for the moment, we'll do it the hard way. So I'm going to do that. Click on P. Martoni. Oh man, this Martoni crap has got to be pretty cheap. So let's go over here to add remove programs. Double click virus scanner. And for whatever reason, a single click does the install, but that's fine. And then double click to open, start scanning. Got a bunch of viruses probably from this dude's porn. Clean the files and let's go. And all done. Great job. Job is complete. Woohoo. Alright, now we got a left click to exit. You can also hit escape when the annoying tutorial thing is not running. Left click to exit again. And so this is a shortcut that you may not be aware of. You don't actually have to disconnect the cables and power everything off. You can just exit out and then pick up the PC and it'll disconnect everything and power it off. So that's pretty good to know. All right, collect payment from your email. So now, for the moment, until we get our tablet, and I think that's coming up very shortly here. I think when you hit level 2 is when that shows up. But for the moment, we got to go back to our email, and you can open the message if it wasn't already open. Click collect, and we made $120. Woo-hoo. All right, first job complete. PC's on its way back to his customer. You've been paid. On to the next job. The other PCs on the workbenches are available, so check out your emails to see what customers want and complete their jobs to earn some extra cash. Let's continue. All right, and let's do, Casantes is not here yet. So let's do this one from Shawnee D at MrBin.com. Rainbow lights. I put orange LEDs on my computer to match my goldfish. That's probably not a good idea. But I've recently expanded my aquarium to include a variety of other fish And now my PC no longer matches, which is why you shouldn't match your PC LEDs to your freaking goldfish. Can you do rainbow lights? I'd like one of those nice walking effects, please. Thanks, Shawnee. And so we have to set all of the RGB lighting to rainbow effect walk mode. So we're going to go to this PC. We're going to click on it, and welcome to the lighting app. Lighting app lets you create monitor. Okay, go. All right. Go. First of all, I got to click the monitor. Oh, they already installed it for us. Usually it's not installed. And you have to do a process similar to the, because he said he already set it to orange before, but usually when you get those lighting requests, you have to install it similar to the way you installed the virus scanner. So first of all, we want to go over here and left click to select everything, and that will automatically select all the LED components in the case of which there are a ton. So now we want to go up here to the lighting effect, which is currently set to breathe. I'm going to go to rainbow and turn on walk. And make sure to take the PC back to the delivery area to collect rewards when you're ready. Lighting app can now be installed on the customer's PC, blah, 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 blah. All right, just like I said before. All right, so you'll notice that it's doing some crazy kind of effect, and that's fine. So we're going to hit escape again. We're going to go over here. We're going to hit escape one more time, pick it up, and we're going to take it over to somewhere in the delivery area, which is the easiest way I remember this is it's not that way. See, I did go the wrong way because I'm dumb. It's right next to my desktop PC over here. So let's put that down. Let's go back to our email over here and collect, I mean, $220 to reset the lighting mode. That I wouldn't pay $220 to have anybody reset my lighting mode. I'm going to select that. We're going to hit OK. And now, we can't do that one. We can overclock the CPU to at least 4325 megahertz. Dear Sir, Madam, here at the South Wirral Country Club, we host a very popular cheese and land soiree every year, which sees our members face off against one another in classic titles such as Ultimate Strike Siblings. That kind of sounds fun. I'm not inclined to brag, but I should mention that last year I entirely owned the notoriously proficient Duke of Norfolk in the final match. I'm sure therefore you can understand why my personal computer needs to be in tip-top shape. The GPU is fine. It should be, as I paid upwards of $5,000 for it. Yeah, okay, whatever. But the CPU could handle a little more oomph. If you could entice it to run faster, I'd be eternally grateful. Yours in anticipation, Robert Ferrier, OBE, and in case you don't know, I believe that OBE stands for Officer of the British Empire. Basically, he is a knight. So let's go to let's do this real quick. Let's look at his stats. See, he has like a, where's his video card? He has a 3090 F for the Win 3 Ultra Gaming in a stupid PC that has some i3 8350K in it, which isn't horrible, but I mean, you know, you could do better than that on the CPU without even overclocking it. So let's go to the PC and let's get this going. All right, so first thing we got to do, just tell us how to do this. We got to click on the PC. Welcome to overclocking your CPU. You need to overclock the CPU, which means make the CPU run faster than stock frequency. Connect all the cables to the PC and select the monitor to get started. So let's do that. it doesn't really matter where you plug the USB. I'm assuming that's the mouse and keyboard in. Power's got to go to there, and then the HDMI cable. Obviously, it's got to go into the video card. So let's power this bad boy up. It's gonna we're gonna select this first. Overclocking the CPU is performed in the PC's operating system or BIOS. To access the BIOS, you need to hit F2 or delete key as it boots up. If you don't press one of the keys in time, then the PC will boot the OS as normal, and you'll need to restart the PC to try again. So I'm going to hit delete here. Hold down delete. You can also hit F2. It's just a little easier on this keyboard to hit delete. So now we're over here, and welcome to the BIOS is where PC hardware settings and tweak them to add more power. So let's got a left click to get the next tip. For this job, we're going to overclock the CPU. Got to go to the CPU overclock tab. Yay. Let's overclock. This menu allows you to overclock the CPUs by increasing the base clock and ratio. The voltage setting is used to stabilize the PC, but you need to be careful not to use too much power, or you could damage the CPU. And this shows the current CPU speed as a function of the base clock times the ratio. So here it is. If it's 100 times 40, it'll give you 4,000 megahertz. You can tweak either value to change the overall frequency, but normally use the ratio for big changes in the base clock for smaller ones. Yeah. All right. So we want to go to 44 on the base clock, and then we got to bump the voltage. Normally, as a standard thing, at least in this game, you almost always bump the voltage to 1.35. And so let's go to settings, and we want to apply changes and restart. And we're going to say yes, and we're going to let it boot up normally, and hopefully that will get us on there. And this was another one. They already had OCCT installed. It does say normally you'll have to install OCCT yourself using the USB stick. So let's double click on this one. And OCCT can be used to stress test a CPU and GPU after overclocking. To check stability, it will also show CPU is getting thermally throttled from running too hot. A CPU will not run efficiently if it gets too hot under load, and click continue. So basically, we're going to click on here. It's already set to automatic, and then we basically just wait for the stress test to complete. It takes 20 seconds, takes I think 30 seconds total. It's almost done. And if it's overclocked too much, you can't see it anyway, but that was I had to clean my glasses before the video started. Okay, it was successful. It didn't die, it didn't barf. Usually, if it's overclocked too much, you'll see a blue screen during this test. Congratulations, the CPU remained within its operating parameters in the test. Means it's a stable overclock and can be returned to the customer. All right, yay. Overclocking complete. Overclocking is complicated. Don't damage your hardware. Blah, 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 blah. All right. And you can download it. You can install it from the tools section, just like everything else you have to install. All right, so we're going to close that. We're going to shut this bad boy off. We're going to hit escape, and we're going to hit escape one more time and put it in the delivery area, which conveniently is over here next to my PC. You'll notice that all the other PCs are gone. You do have an opportunity, by the way, later in the game. I think it's probably, gosh, man, my nose is killing me. I think it's about level 3 to rename your computers from my uncle is a jackass to computers to whatever you want. All right, so let's go ahead and collect the 320. See, 320 bucks seems pretty expensive to have somebody overclock your PC, but okay. So we still can't do. Gosh, man, why is my nose itching me? I don't know. Anyway, all right, we still can't do Casante's. Donna at vulcansmithy.com says my GPU needs water cooling. I'm sure it does. I am currently water cooling my PC to cope with temperatures here in the forge, but I'm nervous to do the GPU by myself. It seems very complicated. Could you please water cool my GPU and set it up in the loop for me, Donna? 270 bucks. I would probably, I'm looking at my phone. I got a stupid pizza spam message. I would probably pay somebody 270 bucks to water cool a GPU, because especially, you'll see in a minute, I'll tell you. But let's go ahead and go to this PC. So first thing we got to do is open it up. Let's click on it. Customer wants to water cool a GPU added to their existing water cool loop. To do this, we need to remove the GPU and add a GPU cooling block. Let's get started. Yeah, that would be helpful. And of course, we've got to remove the PCI lock to get the GPU out. And we've got to unplug the power, unplug the other power, and now we can remove the GPU. We've got to take the screws out, and the GPU is out. Move to the GPU, move to the workbench next to you to add a water cooling block to the GPU. Alright, so let's hit escape here and go over to this other workbench over here. And so now we're going, that automatically opened the inventory graphics card. We're going to water cool the GPU. Now that you have the GPU on the water cooling workbench, we need to add a GPU block to it. First of all, we need to remove the screws in the heatsink. And I have never water cooled a GPU. I've never actually water cooled anything. But I've seen videos of other people water cooling, like JSUSense and Kyle and stuff. Paul's Hardware Dude, putting water cooling blocks on GPUs, and seriously, on whatever this is, 3080, 3090, this would scare the living crap out of me to do this, because it's not actually just pulling the GPU apart. Oh man, I would be terrified. Anyway, now we need to replace the thermal pads. Left click to zoom on the GPU. Alright, so now these little blue things are the thermal pads. I'm going to pull all these off. And I don't think this normally, you can't just normally pull these off, I don't think. I don't know, maybe you can, but you'd probably at least need some alcohol or something to do it to get those things off. So now we're going to left click to exit. I'm going to apply new ones. I think you normally would have had to clean those, like I said, with alcohol in real life. But I mean, it's, you know, it's realistic enough to give you an idea of how to do it. But like I said, I would be scared to death to do this on an actual 3090. And now we have to left click to exit. Now I got to replace the thermal paste. You wind up replacing thermal paste a lot, not so much on GPUs, but regular CPUs. Next, we need to remove the thermal paste. Next, we need to remove and replace Thermal paste. Thermal paste is an important part of PC building as it increases the efficiency of heat transfer between the CPU and its heatsink, helping to prevent CPU from overheating. Make sure that you always refresh the thermal paste when working on a customer's PC. That is correct for CPUs and GPUs both. You you know, it doesn't give you a warning if you don't, but the PC will generally blue screen. So we got to add, they're not Q-tips because we wouldn't want to get sued by whoever owns Q-tips. Cotton buds is what these things are, but they're basically Q-tips. And we have removed enough of the thermal paste, and you'll see down here it says residue successfully removed. So we're going to left click to exit. Going to grab the thermal paste over here, and I'll tell you what I do. I've seen videos of people doing all kinds of crazy crap with their thermal paste. What I do is, see the bottom at the bottom says not enough thermal paste applied. I just kind of get it centered and wait for the thing to turn green where it says sufficient paste applied. Left click to exit. All right. Last thing is to add a GPU block, then it's ready for reassembly. Left click on the GPU to see the available blocks. And they already gave us one, we didn't have to buy it. Here's the EKWB, EK Quantum Vector XC3 RTX 3080 90 RGB nickel plexi plus black backplate with compatible RGB lighting or RGB lighting. So the EK makes pretty good water blocks, so I'm assuming that everything is okay there. And so now I am just putting the screws back in here. Left click on each screw, done. And now I got a left click to add it to the inventory, which we just did. And I got a chill out achievement or something. So let's go back over here. And we need to install the GPU is ready to go back into the PC, become part of the water cooling loop. To begin, left click to continue. Alright, so now we're going to click install. We're going to go to GPU blocks, which we already are in. Left click to open PC parts inventory. Graphics cards. There it is. Let's go ahead and put it back in there. Like so. Now we've got to turn the cables on. We've got to put the power back in. I see, it's really weird. I don't know that I personally would connect the GPU to the PSU before I had all the tubing in, but you know, whatever. Alright, so now we got to go over here. We're going to hit number 4 and go to piping mode. So basically we want to go from the radiator to the GPU, and then from the GPU to the reservoir, and from the reservoir back to the radiator. Hope I said that right. We need to create a single loop around the water to allow the water to flow around and cool all the water cool components. So let's start here. Hold left click to select the water pipe connector, which is this one. And then we're going to go into the GPU, or into the CPU actually, sorry. Out of the CPU. And into the reservoir, out of the reservoir, into the GPU, and out of the GPU, and then back to the radiator, like so. Alright, so now we've got to click on the install button to access our inventory to put, I think it's to put fluid in the reservoir. So let's find something cool. Let's do purple opaque UV, because that'll make it glow in the dark. I don't know if we have any black lights in there, but whatever. All right. So now we have an incomplete case, which means we need to go over here to install. Oh, there we go. GPU water cooling complete. GPU has been installed. Now part of the water cooling loop. Replace the PCI lock side panel and then make sure the PC can boot to the OS before you take it back to the delivery area. So let's do that. Let's go back to install. Go back to PC parts. Remove components, which we're already at. PC lock. Let's put that on first. I'm really lazy about putting these PCI locks back on. About half the time the PCs I build, they never have them in there. Alright, so now we need to put the side panel back on. Like so. And screws. Come on. 1300 watt power supply. And this guy's doing pretty good in this thing. Alright, that's there. Let's cable this unit. Come on, there we go. And the unit is sufficiently cabled. Make sure it can boot. Alright. PC can boot to OS. Place delivery in the workshop area. Or place whatever. Yeah, I get so turned around that backwards. In this place, I don't know. Alright, so there's that. And I think we're done for the day. We gotta go collect the inventory, or I'm sorry, gotta go collect the dinero and $270, and we're good. Just one last thing to do. Let's give our business a new name. Go back to the hallway and left click on the business name panel. Yeah, I told you that was coming. I thought it might have been a little later, but whatever. Alright, so if we go over here, my last name is Jackman, so I will tell you that I am going to change the computer name to Jacksoft Computers and hit apply. So that is done. Looks like you're the proud manager of Jacksoft Computer. You can rename your business at any time. So let's go to the door in the hallway to continue. So what we're going to do here is we're going to end the day, and basically that will, when you end the day, it makes any transit, PCs in transit arrive the next morning. And if you do overnight delivery in the shopping area, it will, that'll be there available for you as well. All in a day's work. Here you can end your day in advance to tomorrow. You don't need to buy any new parts yet, but in the future you may need to check that you've ordered everything you need before going home. You can look at the calendar anytime to track your job, deliveries, deadlines, and bills. So let's continue. And then we're going to end this day. And we're here at day 2, and we're at 39 minutes. So I am going to say, I think that is an awesome place to end this video, and we will see you in part 2.